Will Eala finally get the chance to play in front of her home crowd, or will history force her to make an impossible choice between two career-defining tournaments? The answer to this question could determine not just the fate of one player, but the future of Philippine tennis itself. The Women's Tennis Association has officially added Manila to its 2026 calendar with the launch of the Philippine Women's Open, a WTA 125 tournament scheduled for January 26th to 31st, 2026. This marks the first time in history that the Philippines will host a WTA tour-level event, placing the country on the global tennis map during a period of renewed expansion for the sport in Asia. For a nation that has been producing tennis talent for decades, but never had the chance to showcase it on home soil at this level, this announcement represents a monumental shift in Philippine sports history. The tournament will feature a 32-player singles draw and a 16-team doubles field, with a total prize commitment of $115,000, making it one of the key early season stops in the region. The event will be staged on hard courts at the Rizal Memorial Tennis Center, which is currently undergoing significant upgrades to meet WTA standards. The Philippine Sports Commission and the Philippine Tennis Association are jointly organizing the competition, with PSC Chairman Patrick Gregorio revealing ambitious plans for the future, stating that they hope to host WTA events annually and potentially bid for larger tournaments at venues like those in Clark within the next 3 years. But the real story here isn't just about infrastructure or tournament logistics. It's about timing, opportunity, and the meteoric rise of Alexandra Eala, who has transformed from a promising junior into a bona fide top 50 player in the span of just one remarkable season. Eala's 2025 season has been nothing short of extraordinary, catapulting her from world number 143 at the start of the year to a career-high ranking of number 50, making her the highest-ranked Filipino player in tennis history. Her ascent has been fueled by a series of breakthrough performances that have rewritten Philippine tennis records and announced her arrival as one of Asia's most promising young talents. The centerpiece of Eala's breakthrough came at the Miami Open in March 2025, where she embarked on a fairy tale run that captured global attention. As a wildcard entrant ranked outside the top 100, Eala defeated American Katie Volanette 6-2, 6-4 in her opening match before stunning former Grand Slam champion and world number 25 Jelena Ostapenko in straight sets, 7-6, 7-5. That victory made her the first Filipino player ever to defeat a top 30 opponent, but she was just getting started. In the round of 16, Eala faced reigning Australian Open champion Madison Keys and emerged victorious, adding another Grand Slam champion to her growing list of scalps. Then came the quarterfinal that would define her season. Facing world number 2 Iga Swiatek, the dominant force in women's tennis who had won multiple French Open titles, Eala played fearless, aggressive tennis to secure a stunning 6-2, 7-5 victory. This win made her the first Filipino player to defeat a top 10 player since the WTA rankings began in 1975 and the first from her country to reach the semifinals of a WTA 1000 event. Eala joined Victoria Azarenka and Justine Henin as the only wildcards to reach the semifinals in Miami, cementing her place in tournament history. Her run ended in the semifinals against American Jessica Pegula, the world number 4, in a grueling 3-set battle that lasted 2 hours and 26 minutes. Despite battling through an ankle sprain, Eala pushed Pegula to the limit before falling 7-6, 5-7, 6-3. The Miami Open performance alone secured Eala's spot in the WTA Top 100, guaranteeing her direct entry into all 4 Grand Slam tournaments in 2026 and eliminating the need for qualifying rounds that had previously blocked her path. But Eala's 2025 season didn't end with Miami. In June, she reached the final of the Eastbourne Open, a WTA 250 grass court tournament, becoming the first Filipina player to reach a WTA final. In an electrifying championship match against Australia's Maya Joint, Eala came agonizingly close to capturing her first WTA Tour title, falling 4-6, 6-1, 6-7 in a final set tiebreak that extended to 22 points. Joint saved 4 championship points before ultimately prevailing 12-10 in the deciding tiebreak after 2 hours and 26 minutes of battle. Eala finally broke through in September at the Guadalajara 125 Open in Mexico, claiming her maiden WTA 125 title by defeating Pana Udvardy 1-6, 7-5, 6-3. After dropping the first set, Eala roared back with determination to become the first Filipina ever to win a challenger-level WTA title. This victory was particularly significant as it demonstrated her mental toughness and ability to overcome adversity, traits that will serve her well as she continues to climb the rankings. Eala's success in 2025 also included a historic moment at the US Open, where she became the first player from the Philippines to secure a major singles victory in the Open era by defeating Denmark's Clara Tauson in the main draw. This achievement was especially meaningful given that Eala had previously claimed the US Open Girls Championship in 2022, making her return to Flushing Meadows as a main draw winner even more poignant. Throughout 2025, she compiled a 40-26 win-loss record in singles and earned $907,777 in prize money, both career highs that reflect her consistency and competitiveness at the tour level. Now, with the announcement of the Philippine Women's Open, Eala faces a scheduling dilemma that epitomizes the challenges of success in professional tennis. The Manila tournament runs from January 26th to 31st, 2026, which overlaps with the Australian Open scheduled for January 12th to February 1st. In previous years, this wouldn't have been a significant issue for Eala, who had made 3 unsuccessful attempts to advance through the qualifying rounds of the Australian Open. But with her ascent into the top 50, Eala has now secured automatic entry into the main draw of all 4 Grand Slams in 2026, meaning she will almost certainly be competing in Melbourne when the Philippine Women's Open begins. The conflict presents an intriguing question. If Eala advances deep into the Australian Open, reaching the quarterfinals or beyond, she would be unable to participate in the inaugural WTA event in her homeland. Given her current trajectory and proven ability to defeat Grand Slam champions, a deep run in Melbourne is entirely plausible and would certainly provide a compelling reason for her absence from Manila. However, if she experiences an early exit from the Australian Open, she could potentially fly to Manila and make a dramatic entrance at the Philippine Women's Open, giving her home fans the chance to see their tennis hero compete on home soil for the first time at this level. Adding another layer to Eala's packed schedule, she has also been confirmed to headline the 2026 Mubadala Abu Dhabi Open, a WTA 500 event that runs from January 31st to February 7th, marking her second appearance at this prestigious tournament. The 20-year-old from Quezon City is clearly in demand, with tournament organizers across Asia eager to feature the region's brightest young star. For Philippine tennis fans, the arrival of a WTA tournament in Manila represents more than just the opportunity to watch world-class tennis. It signifies recognition of the country's growing tennis infrastructure and the inspiration that Eala's success has provided to a new generation of Filipino players. The Philippine Women's Open will provide local players with international exposure and give Filipino fans a front-row seat to high-level women's tennis, potentially sparking increased investment in tennis development programs across the archipelago. Whether or not Eala competes in Manila in January 2026, her impact on Philippine tennis is already undeniable. She has shattered every ceiling that existed for Filipino players, proving that athletes from the Philippines can compete at the highest levels of professional tennis and defeat the world's best players. Her journey from US Open Girls Champion to top 50 professional has been marked by resilience, determination, and a playing style characterized by fearless aggression and mental toughness. As the Philippine Women's Open approaches, all eyes will be on Melbourne to see how far Eala can go at the Australian Open. If she makes history by reaching the later rounds of her first Grand Slam main draw as a direct entrant, Filipino fans will celebrate even if it means missing her in Manila. But if circumstances align and Eala does appear at the Rizal Memorial Tennis Center in late January, it will be a homecoming unlike any other in Philippine sports history, a moment when a nation's rising star finally gets to shine in front of the people who have supported her journey from the very beginning.